Hey, what's up YouTube? This is the Bolt Speed Gamer back with another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle. This is my 4th Wi-Fi match, and now as you can see I have an intro. So it's fairly basic. I hope to get a better one in the future, but let's focus on the battle. So looking at my team, you can see I'm using the same Sandstorm team as I used last time, with Hippowdon, Crustle, Credilli, Skarmory, Kabutops, and Heatran. So since we know my team, let's look at his. He has a Hydreigon, which is likely a heavy-hitting special attack set, but we'll see. Ninetales is obviously there to set up the Sunlight with the Dreamworld ability Drought. Venusaur has the Dreamworld ability Chlorophyll. I don't know what Staraptor's Dreamworld ability is. I haven't seen them in a while, but I know it has Intimidate as one of its abilities. Flygon is probably a physical set with things like Outrage and Earthquake, and it has Levitate, and then Alakazam has Magic Guard, likely with a Life Orb, but we'll have to see. So this was a fun match. I did have a lot of fun. It was a bit of a weather war, as you can see, because he has Ninetales, I have Hippowdon, and I started with Hippowdon because I knew either way Hippowdon would be slower, and I'd like to have that Sandstorm out as quickly and as effectively as possible. So we will have Weather War, and I think it'll be a mystery to see who wins, so that will be interesting. So on to the battle. So now starting the battle, I started with Hippowdon to get the Sandstorm up, and he started with Hydreigon. I don't know what his reasoning was behind it, but I'm sure it was fairly sound. So I get the Sandstorm up, and I don't know what he's going to do, so I switch out into Skarmory, because I think he might go for an Earth Power or something. But he ends up going for Super Power, which I wasn't actually expecting. But, so here I actually switch out because I'm afraid of the Fire-type attack. But he double switches into his Ninetales and gets the Sunny Day up. Oh, I'm sorry, I actually go for the Spikes. But here I'm afraid of the Stab, Sun Boosted Flamethrower, or Heat Wave. So I switch into my Heatran to be immune of it, and so I can go for a free Stealth Rocks on the switch because there's not much he can do to me. And then he goes for a Heat Wave. I don't know why he did that, but I'm not complaining. So I go for a Flamethrower here because I do have the Flash Fire boost, and it's Stab, and it's Sun boosted. So then here he goes for the U-turn and goes back into Hydreigon. So here I am expecting the Earth Power because he popped my Air Balloon, which I suspect was the reasoning for that U-turn. And so I want to switch out, but Flamethrower actually ends up killing him, so that's actually very good for me. And so now I can tell the Earthquake's coming, but I didn't really need my Heatran anymore, so I just decided to leave him here to die, so I get a free switch in. So I go into my Crustle, which is my late game sweeper, and Earthquake, it's going to do a decent chunk, considering, but I'm going to go for the Shell Smash. And so now I lower my defenses, but I double my attack, my special attack, and speed, so I'm going to be able to outspeed that Flygon, go for a safe X-Scissor so I don't risk a miss. And so now he has switch advantage, but I'm good. But the unfortunate thing is, Sunlight is up, so with Chlorophyll, he will be able to outspeed me, go for a Solar Beam, and take me down. But, so now I have to find something to counter it. Since this thing is very heavily dependent on the sun, as we can see, I send in my Hippowdon to get the Sandstorm up. So, now I'm not sure what this Staraptor is going to do, but I feel fairly safe because I have stockpile up, so I'm just going to keep stockpiling so that I have some defenses up. He goes for a close combat, and it does absolutely nothing because Hippowdon is a tank. So I just keep stockpiling, and Sandstorm is slowly whittling away at him, and so we know he has Life Orb, but here he goes for a Sunny Day, which I was not expecting, so I wasn't sure what to do. But I do expect him to switch into his Venusaur. So I do go for the Roar here to counter the Venusaur switch-in. So he does switch into Venusaur, and so I get a free roar, and that Venusaur is no longer a threat, and the funny thing is, his Staraptor comes right back out. So here I'm expecting a close combat, Brave Bird, attack, something. So I take it fairly well. I was hoping he'd actually survive so I could roar and get some sandstorm damage on the next thing, but he ends up dying, so it's not that big of a deal. But Ninetales comes out, so I want to switch out Hippowdon because I want to have him later to set up Sandstream. But first things first, I want to use Earthquake to take down that Ninetales because I know I can take whatever attack he'll throw at me because of my increased defenses. So he sends out that Venusaur, and so I'm afraid of the Solar Beam coming, so I switch out into Skarmory, and I completely wall him because his attacks are Solar Beam, and later you can see he has Synthesis, and he also has Sludge Bomb. So I pretty much completely wall this thing, but I do send Hippowdon back in to completely cripple it because, as you can see, as he also has growth, he completely is dependent upon the sun. So here I go for a roar to send out his last guy, which is, and there's the Sludge Bomb, so I roar to send out the last guy, which is Alakazam, which I suspect is a Life Orb set. So since I want to just try to see what I can do with this, I go for the Slack Off. I want to see how well I can take it. I don't take it as well as I hoped. So I do want to switch into Skarmory to resist the Psychic type attack. But it's amazing how much this does anyway. With resist, it does almost half. Now here he goes for a Psyshock, which is a bit of a confusing move because Skarmory has higher physical defense than special. But here I go for a Brave Bird, and it turns out he has a Focus Sash and not a Life Orb, which I was kind of surprised. So here I should have just gone for the Brave Bird to take him down, and then I could have taken down his next guy. But I go for the Roost. I'm not sure why. I was sort of just stalling, which I didn't need to. And so he keeps going for Psychics, and I keep going for Roost. And then, after this Roost, I realize, why am I roosting when I can just take him down? So I go for a Brave Bird here to take him down, but he actually goes for a Trick and takes my leftovers, which is a really cool strategy because once he uses his Focus Sash, he can get another item. So I go for the Brave Bird to take down that last HP, and now I'm up against this, up against Venusaur, and he goes for the Solar Beam, but since the Sandstorm is up, he's not going to be able to do it in one turn, and that will be the game. So it was a fun match. Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you for watching. That was a great match. I had a lot of fun. So, see you next time. And again, I have another question of the day. As you can see, he used a lot of Dragon types. So I want to know, what is your favorite Dragon type? Mine personally is Hydreigon. I just think it's a very cool concept, a dark and dragon type, and its design is very cool. So leave a comment on what you think, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.